The burden of trials. Jesus speaks to you. I know the weight you carry, my child. I see the struggles, the tears, and the burdens that feel too heavy to bear. I see the confusion, the pain, and the sense of being overwhelmed that you face every day. But listen to me, for I have something to say to you, something important for your heart. I want you to understand that your trials are not in vain. They are not a sign of my absence, but a testimony to my presence. The burdens you carry today are shaping you for the blessings that I have already prepared for you tomorrow. So, do not lose heart, my child. Though the road is difficult now, the future holds a harvest of blessings. In Romans 8:28 it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This is the key. Your burdens, your trials, are not mistakes or meaningless. They are working together in my plan to make you who I've called you to be. Every tear, every struggle, every moment of pain is being used for something greater than you can see right now. Trust me, for I am doing a work in you, even in the hardest moments of your life. I will use everything for your good. The purpose of trials. I understand your pain, my child, and I know that sometimes it seems like there is no end to the suffering. You wonder, why me? Why now? Why must I endure so much pain and hardship? But hear me, trials are not meant to punish you. They are the process by which I refine and prepare you. Your trials are not random. They are part of my perfect plan for your life. I use the trials you face to mold your character, to purify your faith, and to bring you closer to me. In James 1:2-4 it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This verse may sound difficult at first. How can we find joy in suffering? But when you understand that every trial is building something powerful in you, perseverance, maturity, and completeness, you can begin to see your suffering through a new lens. It's not wasted. Every hardship is refining you into someone stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with my will. Consider the process of a potter molding clay. The clay must be shaped, sometimes through pressure, sometimes through heat. But once it is formed, it becomes something beautiful. Your trials are like the potter's wheel, shaping you, refining you, and preparing you to carry out my purpose. Without the pressure of the wheel, the clay would not become the vessel it was meant to be. In the same way, without trials, you would not become the person I am calling you to be. Real-life example. The power of perseverance through trials. Let me tell you the story of Sarah, a woman from California, who found herself in the depths of financial crisis after losing her job unexpectedly. For months, she prayed and sought God's guidance, but the doors seemed to remain closed. Her savings dwindled, and the stress of not knowing how she would provide for her family began to take its toll. She prayed for relief but felt like nothing was changing. It was easy to fall into despair, to wonder why God was allowing her to go through this hardship. But in the midst of it all, Sarah began to feel a deep inner peace that she couldn't explain. She learned to lean on God more than ever before. Even when the answers didn't come right away, Sarah chose to trust in God's plan. She decided to find joy in the small things, the strength she found through prayer, the peace that surpassed her understanding, and the comfort of knowing that God was with her every step of the way. And then, unexpectedly, one morning Sarah received a phone call. A job opportunity, one she had applied for months ago, was available, and the company wanted to offer her a position. But that wasn't the end of the story. The job wasn't just a paycheck. It was an opportunity for Sarah to help others who were in similar situations, giving her a chance to minister to them and share the lessons she had learned in the process. Her trial, though difficult, became the very thing that prepared her for a new chapter of service, growth, and blessing. Sarah's story is a reminder that God uses trials to shape us, to build our faith, and to prepare us for blessings beyond our comprehension. Your trial is not the end, my child. It is the beginning of something greater. My child, your faith is the foundation upon which all things are built. Your faith is the currency of heaven, and it is through your trials that your faith is tested, strengthened, and refined. Without tests, faith remains unproven. Without trials, faith is not grown. I want you to know that I am building a faith in you that is unshakable, one that is stronger than any storm, deeper than any valley, and more enduring than any challenge. In 1 Peter 1:6-7 it says, "In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." The trials you face are refining your faith like gold in the fire. Though the process may seem painful, it is making your faith pure and valuable. Your faith, when it is refined, will result in praise, glory, and honor, not just for you, but for my name. Think of Job, a man who faced unimaginable trials and suffering. He lost his wealth, his health, and his family, all in a single moment. Yet Job did not curse me or lose his faith. Instead, he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job 13:15. Job's faith was refined in the fire of his trials. He came to understand that I am sovereign, and even when he couldn't understand why he was suffering, he trusted that my plan was greater than his pain. In the end, I restored everything to Job: his wealth, his health, his family, and gave him even more than he had before. Job's story is a testimony that the refining of faith in trials leads to greater blessings than you can imagine. My child, remember this truth today. Every trial you face has a purpose. Every burden you carry is refining your faith, strengthening your character, and preparing you for the blessings ahead. I am using the fire of your trials to purify you, just as gold is refined by fire. Though it may be difficult, trust that I am with you in every moment, shaping you into the person I've called you to be. Your trial is not the end. It is the beginning of your transformation, and I will use it for your good and my glory. My child, I know the weight of your trials. I understand the pain you feel in the midst of hardship, and I want you to know that your trials are part of a greater purpose. I am transforming your burden into a blessing, your struggle into strength, and your pain into power. Every trial you go through is preparing you for something greater, something beyond what you can see. Though the journey is difficult, it is leading you toward my promises. Do not be discouraged, my child. Even when it feels like the burden is too heavy to bear, trust that I am with you. I am using this trial to refine you, to teach you to trust me more deeply, and to prepare you for the blessings that are coming. You might not see it now, but trust that I am working all things together for your good. In the hardest moments, your faith is being built. In the darkest moments, I'm your light. In the toughest storms, I am your anchor. In Proverbs 3:5-6, I say, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. I know the path seems unclear right now, but if you trust me, if you lean not on your own understanding, I will lead you through. I am guiding you through the storm to a place of peace, purpose, and blessing. You do not need to know the full plan. You only need to trust me with each step. Consider the story of Peter, the fisherman who was called to be a disciple. When Jesus called him to step out of the boat and walk on water, Peter trusted Jesus enough to take that first step. But as soon as he looked at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. Yet, Jesus reached out and saved him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" In that moment, Peter was learning that the key to overcoming trials was trusting in Jesus, even when the circumstances seemed impossible. Peter's faith grew stronger, and so did his calling. Through trials, Peter learned to trust God's power to do the impossible. In your life, my child, when the waves of life threaten to overwhelm you, keep your eyes on me. I am walking through the storm with you, and as long as you trust me, you will not sink. Your faith is being strengthened every step of the way. My child, I am transforming you through your trials. You may not see it now, but I am shaping you into something stronger, more beautiful, and more capable of receiving my blessings. Your trials are not there to destroy you. They are the forge that is refining you into the person you were meant to be. Just as gold is refined in fire, so your faith is refined through the fires of hardship. And when the trial is over, you will emerge more precious than before. In 1 Peter 1:6-7, I remind you, in all this, you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. Your faith, my child, is more precious than gold. And just as gold must be purified, so your faith is being purified through your trials. This purification leads to a faith that will stand the test of time, a faith that brings glory to my name. I know it's hard to see the blessing in your trials, but I want you to remember this. Through your trials, you are learning perseverance, and perseverance, my child, will lead you to great blessings. When you learn to trust me, even in the most difficult moments, you build the foundation for a life that will withstand anything. Perseverance is what will carry you through, and it will be rewarded. In Galatians 6:9 it says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Every step you take in faith, even in the midst of trial, is leading you to a harvest of blessings. Do not give up now, my child. The blessings are closer than you think. Trust in the process, and know that my timing is perfect. Meet Rebecca, who endured years of hardship after losing her job. For months, she prayed and trusted God, but nothing seemed to change. Rebecca became discouraged at times, but she didn't give up. She kept trusting God, knowing that her perseverance would eventually lead her to a breakthrough. And one day, just as she was about to lose hope, a new job opportunity came her way. an opportunity that provided not only financial security, but also the chance to serve in ways she never imagined. Rebecca's story is a testimony of how perseverance through trials leads to blessings. She could have given up, but she held on to her faith. And in doing so, she reaped the harvest of blessings that came through her perseverance. My child, I want you to know that your trials are not only shaping you, they are shaping you to help others. When you go through hardship and come out the other side, you will be able to help others who are going through similar struggles. Your pain will become your platform to serve others and show them the love and power I have to transform lives. You are being shaped to be a beacon of hope for those who are struggling. In 2 Corinthians 1:3-4, it says, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." Your struggles are not just for you. They are preparing you to be a source of comfort and hope to others. As you receive my comfort in your trials, you will be able to pass that comfort on to those in need. Think of James, who faced a long season of unemployment and anxiety. During his trial, James leaned into God's word for comfort and strength. Through his struggles, James found God's presence and peace in ways he had never experienced before. And when James found a job and stability, he knew he had been called to share his story with others, especially those going through similar difficulties. James became a source of encouragement to others, showing them that God can bring peace even in the hardest times. My child, remember that your trials are not here to destroy you, but to shape you into the person I've called you to be. They are refining you, testing you, and preparing you for blessings beyond what you can imagine. Trust that I am with you through every step of the process. The burdens you carry today will become the blessings you experience tomorrow. So do not lose heart, my child. Keep trusting, keep persevering, and know that I am turning your burden into blessing. My child, the trials you face are not without purpose. They are refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for blessings that you cannot yet see. But trust me in this. The burden you carry today will become the blessing you experience tomorrow. As you persevere, as you trust and as you endure, you will be shaped into someone who reflects my love, my strength, and my hope. And through it all, I am with you, every step of the way. If this message has encouraged you, if you feel that God is speaking to you through this, I encourage you to share this with someone who needs to hear it. Don't keep this hope to yourself. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to God's sacred voice. We are here to share God's words of hope, encouragement, and strength with you every day. Together, we can walk through these trials, knowing that God is turning our burdens into blessings. God bless you, my child. Remember, the best is yet to come.